Welcome to Horsepower Hour. I'm Martin Aftuck, principal of Middleburg High School, and I'm here with my guests today, Coach Meredith Forkum, and then Brooke Forkum, a senior here at Middleburg High School. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Go ahead first, Brooke.
I'm Brooke Forkum. I play volleyball here at Middleburg High School, and I'm part of a bunch of different clubs.
What clubs are you part of?
NHS, Beta. I'm part of student board.
I think you're selling yourself short here. What do you do? Are you involved in the senior class? Like we've had the senior class president and Miss MHS on before, and I know that you guys all work hand in hand. So tell me what you do for seniors.
So I'm the treasurer for senior board.
What does the treasurer do?
It's supposed to deal with money. We haven't dealt with a whole lot of money.
Okay. But you're prepping out like fundraising
Yes.
and getting ready. You guys have done a lot as a senior class, so that's very exciting.
The boys' game, senior sunrise. We're working up some other things.
All right, well, awesome. Coach Forkum, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Meredith Forkum. I am the volleyball coach here. I graduated from Middleburg High in 1998 and then came back and started coaching with Coach Pruitt. This is my 5th year here, my 2nd year as the head volleyball coach.
Well, let's look back to your junior year. I want to talk about the state championship run. So just talk about, walk us through because I got to be a part of it, a small little piece of it, and saw just kind of how your season went, and then kind of go from there. Talk about that state championship run.
We knew it was possible from the beginning, and as the season went on and we beat Childs, we were like, okay, this is getting real. Mm-hmm. And we saw Ridgeview in the district championship and the regional championship, and after regionals, we were like, okay, this is serious now. We went to the Final Four, and we swept, was it Merritt Island?
Merritt Island
Or
first.
we went to 4 sets with them?
4, yeah.
4 sets with Merritt Island, and I was like, okay, we are doing this. We are going to win the state championship. And we beat Barron Collier in 3 sets.
Okay, talk like volleyball. You guys have to help me explain a lot of stuff for me. But tell me about what do you play on volleyball, and then the whole rotation thing. Talk about volleyball for a second for
Okay.
those that may not know.
Okay, so I'm a pin hitter, so I play outside and a little bit of right side, and I go back row and pass and serve receive a little bit. The rotations are a little bit confusing.
Okay.
So Olivia, she runs a 5-1 with us, and so
What does Olivia do?
She's a setter.
Okay.
And so she's on the court the whole time, and she's our only setter at the time, and we just hit off of her. Morgan is our libero.
Okay. What's a libero?
They pass every single ball,
Okay.
about every single ball.
And they wear a different color shirt. See, I know a lot
Yes.
about volleyball,
Yeah, a lot.
especially here. So Coach Forkum, your first year as head coach, and you guys, you start off the summer. You guys have a really good camp at UF, and then you make it to the state championship. Talk about that as a first year head coach.
So it was all surreal. This group was truly a special group, and I was lucky. I had coached a lot of them since she was little.
Mm-hmm.
I got back into coaching when she started playing, and just a super talented group of kids, highly intelligent. But the biggest thing with this group was they were competitive. Like, they got after it in practice. They would get mad at each other at the end of practice. Like, sometimes I was like, all right, now they don't like each other, but it made them better. They truly competed and pushed each other to be the best that they could be.
What's harder, practice or the games?
Sometimes practice.
Why?
We got really competitive, and people on our team are better than some people on the other teams.
I think if you make, just like anything, coaching, if you're taking a test, if it's harder when you practice than when you play in the game or the test or the final, it makes such a great difference. Mm-hmm. Let's kind of this is unique because you guys, mom, daughter, you don't get a break. Like, you get in trouble if you do something wrong at volleyball, then you come home. Like, talk to us, mom, how it is like coaching your daughter or multiple daughters, and then having to kind of separate that home and here. Go ahead, Coach.
So I coached her when she was younger, and we had some, butted heads sometimes. And so I kind of had to figure that out. Sometimes she didn't like playing for me when she was younger, but I was pretty fortunate enough when we came here, she played for Coach Pruitt, so I was able to kind of sit back a little bit.
Yeah.
The first couple years, and then junior and senior year, I think she was old enough and kind of was like, okay, mom knows what she's doing a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Clearly.
We had a great, honestly, relationship. We didn't have any problems, really. It was awesome. So.
This is your chance,
Yeah.
Brooke.
That was my point of view.
Yeah, tell us what being coached by your mom. What's that like?
It was hard when I was younger. I would get very frustrated with her sometimes, and it felt like she would be harder on me than other kids sometimes. But then whenever I did become a junior and after playing for Coach Pruitt, I realized she's my coach, and
It all clicked?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys, you talk like volleyball. So there's no off season really. So what's coming up next for Middleburg? Because volleyball season's over. We'll talk about that just this year in a little bit more detail in a second. But then what happens now? What are you guys doing now for volleyball? Go ahead, Coach.
We have beach tryouts Monday, so we're jumping into beach season. We'll probably have about 20 girls out there, and it's a little different. It's a little more relaxed, but it's still competitive. They coach themselves. We can't really coach them while they're playing unless it's a timeout. So that's kind of fun, a little bit of a challenge for them. So, yeah.
So I think the best comparison, we talked about this before, is like it's almost like tennis or golf where they're on their own and then the coach is there a little bit but making the lineup. But how about you? Do you like beach better or indoor?
I like indoor better, but beach is a lot of fun. It's way different.
Who's your partner in beach?
It was Connor the past 3 years, and this year it'll be Camden.
Okay, so you got a different Ron sister.
Different Ron sister.
That would be a great podcast, getting the two of those guys. They're very fun, but very successful. Talk about, let's kind of go back and look at this year, because winning a state championship is so hard, and people don't realize. I've got our 2 rings here from me as principal, our state championship in softball and volleyball. I've been doing this 22 years, and this is it. Like that's a lot of time that goes into these things, and then winning those state championships. So, what was it like? Obviously, we didn't repeat this year, so let's kind of talk. That's tough. That's hard. Talk about start having to be the top of the mountain and being chased. So, go ahead, Brooke.
It was hard because I had Connor by my side the past 3 years, and she was my best friend, and I was like, okay, I got some big shoes to fill, and I think we came together well as a team, and we had good chemistry. There were times where we would fight with each other and have some hard times, but didn't turn out the way we wanted it to go. We lost some hard matches this year.
You guys lost like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
What was the record this year?
22-5.
22-5. So that's, for most programs, that's like an incredible year.
Yeah.
Was it disappointing for you, Coach Forkum?
I mean, it was. It was a little bit unfortunate the week we were off for the hurricane. We were supposed to go to Venice Beach and Creekside and Childs. Again, those would have been 7 great matches for us. I think that in the big picture that kind of hurt us, not being able to play those matches. And of course it was disappointing. Beachside had a great team, but all the coulda, shoulda, woulda moments, they were beatable. Brooke was sick the night that we played them.
Oh, I remember.
So that was rough, but she pulled through, and the kids. The awesome thing about the season, of course, I wanted it to end differently. But then when we ended that night, we probably stayed in the locker room for probably an hour and a half. Nobody wanted to leave, because then it's over, And I think every kid cried, every kid talked, and that's incredible because we have some quiet kids. They all talked and just shared, about the season. It was pretty awesome.
So what does that mean for you? Like all for one, one for all, Brooke. What does that mean for you?
Oh, that just explains the whole Middleburg program. We are just a family, and we have each other's backs.
Okay, so what do you for those that don't know, haven't been to a game, after the game, it's a rite of passage and a ritual that you guys all gather the whole gym will come in and gather as a group and do all for one, one for all. It was really cool. It was so sad, obviously we lost, but then like Coach Forkum is, all right, let's go, everyone line, like that's the mentality. Win, lose, championships not, we're all for one, one for all. I thought that was really unique and really cool. Let's talk about the future for you, because we're going to be here next year.
Yeah.
You're not. So tell us, where are you going?
I'm going to Troy University in Alabama.
Okay. What are you going to do there?
Play volleyball, and I don't know what I'm majoring in yet.
Okay, that's okay. I didn't know what I was going to. I still don't know what I'm going to do in my life, but we're here.
Yeah.
So you're undecided, but you're excited about playing volleyball.
I am. I'm really excited.
What is Troy's program like?
So
because you're going to brag on you a little bit, but she is highly recruited, had a chance to go to a lot of really good programs. So why Troy?
Well, I never really heard about them before they contacted me, and I just loved talking to the coach. That was the first thing that really got me going to Troy. and I took a visit to campus in March or April, and it was a lot of fun, and I was like, okay, this is the place to be. And then I went to a tournament this year in Orlando, earlier, and there's normally college coaches at your court, and there were a bunch of college coaches, and in my mind, I'm like, where's Troy? And so every single time I looked for that coach, I was like, okay, I think I want to go to Troy. So that day I came home from the tournament. My mom wasn't home. I don't know where she was, but I called her and I said, Mom, I'm ready to commit. And so I called my club director and I was like, hi, Coach, I'm ready to commit. And he said, this is the right decision. And I committed, and tears were definitely shed.
That's awesome, though.
It was cool.
But that's got to be going through that process as a recruit, and then the amount of club volleyball you guys play. That's got to be huge. I know your mom's super proud of you and excited. We'll figure out what we want to do at some point, right?
Yeah.
What's your
hopefully.
favorite subject here at school?
Probably math. Miss
Oh,
Evans. It's Miss Evans.
There's a
How
theme
many
here.
how many maths are you in this year?
2. I'm
taking-
taking Calc
Senior.
BC.
Okay, AP Stat, AP
Yes.
Calc BC.
Yes.
So you're doing that for fun? That's what. I think we probably need to have Miss Evans on. Like,
Yeah,
Definitely.
everyone loves talking about Miss Evans. She's a great teacher.
Yeah.
Awesome teacher. What's next for you, Coach Forkum? Besides sea lunch, we're good.
Just looking forward to beach season, getting out there and just seeing what these kids can do. And when we'll start training, as soon as beach is over, we'll start getting in the weight room and looking forward to the fall. So we'll go to Florida camp this summer, and we'll start working pretty hard.
So you're not the only
quick.
Forkum, right?
No.
No.
There's Paige.
Paige, and then
And then Reese, she'll be in
Reese.
8th grade next year.
Reese will be in 8th grade, so we got a
Yes.
couple years before she's here as a Bronco.
Yeah.
So what's that like coaching 3 dogs? How do you balance all that and club and school ball? Like, what? Talk about that, Coach Forkum.
So I have a spreadsheet.
Okay.
People ask me what's going on, I'm like, I don't know unless I have the spreadsheet in front of me. So it's tough, but luckily we've got good support to help us, and she's driving, and
That's good.
so I go with her some weekends and with the other 2 some weekends. And,
Awesome.
yeah, so it works.
All right, if you can go back in time, okay, to the start of your 9th grade year, what would you say to 9th grade Coach Meredith? What would you say to him?
So I never expected to be coaching, so it's interesting how that turned out. I would think maybe pursue that maybe a little bit more, learn more even as a younger person, and just be more prepared.
What'd you do before teaching?
I worked at Anheuser-Busch and Coca-Cola,
Okay.
and then I stayed home for 9 years.
So what'd you major in?
Chemistry.
She was a chemistry, yes. Chemistry is chemistry. So
Chemistry.
academics is super important for our volleyball players, and obviously, Coach, you've done a great job raising some great kids and some great players that you have. How about you, 9th grade, Brooke Forkum?
I would say have fun, because I would always spend a lot of time studying and doing homework, and sometimes I would not always have fun doing that. So I would tell myself, go back to 9th grade and just let loose a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What is the best part about being a Bronco for you?
The family, the people. I love all the people here, the friends, the teachers, everyone. My mom being here is pretty cool. My sister, and just the volleyball program. It's what I looked up to whenever I was younger.
Awesome. How about you, Coach? Best part of being a Bronco?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, Middleburg is a special place, and it always has been. Carrie Pruitt called me when she was 5 and left a message on my answering machine and said, why is she not enrolled in volleyball camp? So I'm like, all right, here we go.
At 5, okay.
Yeah, so she's been coming to volleyball camp probably since she was 5. And,
Yeah.
My kids
been a
are,
while.
they find their stuff, but they've gone to volleyball camp, and I would highly recommend send your kids to our volleyball camp. It's a good time. Gives you a break in the summer as a parent, but it's a really cool deal. All right, you get to ask a question for me now, okay? What do you got, Brooke? Question for the principal.
Oh. Which class has been your favorite?
Class
like the year?
Like 2025,
Ooh.
2024.
That's a good one. There's always the right answer is always the class you have right now, the seniors.
Yeah.
For me, I started as a principal here in 2020. Like the first graduation I ran was the summer. I didn't know any of those kids, and we're trying to tell them like make sure we're social distance. It was just starting as a principal. The pandemic was wild. Obviously, that first class. It's just been like every year you have a couple kids. For me, you guys have been here 4 years, and you have like you have Madison and you and Sophia and all these just great kids. So I think it's cool to see you guys are a very active senior class with having ideas and coming up with things that you want to do, which challenges me, it makes me a better person and a better principal. So always the class that you're currently in is the best one, but I got to say the class of 2025 has got it going on. Good question. All right, who do you think we should have on next? Like some guests within the school or past Broncos? Like, what do you think, Coach? Who should we have on Horsepower again?
I'd say like Coach Burnstead, Coach Houston, Coach Pruitt, Miss Evans.
Miss Evans, there we go.
Miss Evans, if we
Mr.
can get her on
Markham.
here.
Mr.
Markham,
Markham.
Grib and Yancey.
We may have to go after school, go a little long for Mr. Markham.
Oh yeah, Grib and Yancey.
Grib and
Yancey.
Yancey. Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
those are good ones. So how about you, student-wise?
Our OTC band, I feel like they would have a different point of view than our athletes. Maybe the Ron sisters.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
good one. If we can get, if we can.
Some more state champions.
There we go.
Cheyenne.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Very
Cheyenne,
good
yeah,
one.
there
you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, this has been fun. I want to give a shout out to TV Production for helping us out with this. Caitlin Zomer is awesome. She's back there. Hello. She's doing a great
Thank
job
you.
setting us up, make sure we're in the right spot. But thank you for watching Horsepower Hour. As always, Middleburg High School, it's a great day to have a great day. Go Broncos, Horsepower.